guys, part 2 starts right now. For those of you who missed the first video, I am breaking down a brand new body of water, camping with my family here for 3 days. So if you guys didn't see part 1, I'm going to put a link up here for you. I would recommend going and watching that, but right now, this is where the real work begins. Day 2, breaking down a brand new lake. I'm going to show you guys everything I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what my strategy is, all of that. So get ready, guys. We're about to go fishing. There's one. Little guy. Little largy. Oh, come here. Get in the net. Little largemouth. First fish of the day, guys, right there. Not a huge one. We're not even going to measure him because he's not that big, but right off the bat, Dad got into one on a worm. I got into one on that same square bill I was using in part 1, so check that out right there. I have a feeling as quickly as these fish are getting on the bite that we're gonna have a pretty solid day today. It seems like they're moving around. I'm marking a few on the forward facing sonar, so see if we can go find some more. Number 2. "16.5 inches. Nice largemouth. Check that fish out. Super long fish. They're super long in here. They're not super heavy, but they're definitely long and sleek. So again, using that crankbait again, guys. Work my way just barely off the ramp. That's one thing I can highly recommend when you're breaking down a new body of water. A lot of people just immediately leave the ramp area and think that there's no fish there, but we've already got 3 fish in like 10 minutes off of this area. And I highly recommend, if you're gonna start fishing a new area, think about staying close to the ramp, pick out things that are high percentage, start there, figure out your pattern, and then start moving around the lake so you know where to go. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, don't jump, don't jump. That feels like a heavier one. That's a good one. Hey! That's the biggest one of the trip so far, guys. 17 1/4. Another largie. Nice belly on him. Check that fish out. I don't think they're on the bank as much out here. As I say, there's not many on the bank. I said, as I say, there's not many on the bank. There's one on the bank. Fish number 4. All right, a little largemouth. There you go, guys. Not bad little fish. All right, guys, that was fish number 5. You'll notice I'm not measuring the smaller ones. My goal is to try to get upsize. So really I'm trying to either get 5/16s, which would be the goal. Actually 4/16s would put me above what I had before. But what we're doing right now, we fished about half again of the lake. So where I left off in part 1, if you guys watched that video, I basically kind of power fished up to that way and then started working my way beyond that. Got up to this little bay. I'll show you guys a map right here of where I am. So worked up this particular shoreline, and then we crossed into this little bay, and there's a shallow grassy bay right here. I'm sitting in about 8 feet of water, and the current is pushing that way. So what we're doing is we're just riding the current, casting kind of towards the bank, so deep to shallow, with this big square bill. And we're gonna ride this all the way back down till we get even with the beach at the campground. And then I'm gonna roll over to the beach, go get some lunch, and that'll be the end of part 2. And then we'll come back out for part 3. But so far, I've had a better numbers day, but the quality hasn't quite come up yet. And that's really my goal when I break down a new lake, is not just to find fish, but to find a consistent average of, I'd like 18s, but right now it looks like 16s are going to be the average. So that's basically the plan right now, is just roll down the shoreline, jerkbait, chatterbait, square bill, ride the current, and see if we can get on another one before we end this episode. Oh, that's actually pretty small. Yeah, he's actually pretty good. He's 14.75, guys. So another nice little smallmouth. Well, back to my square bill that's been working, and surprise, surprise, it's still working. Oh, that's a big fish. Oh, please don't come off. Please don't come off. That's a big bass. That's a good bass. It's a nice fish. He's a good fish. He's a nice fish. He's a nice one. Quality fish. Let's see what she comes in as. 16.5. All right, guys, we're going to end part 2 right here. I'm going to go back and get some lunch and then come back out here to make part 3. But for those of you who didn't watch the first video or haven't been following this series, what we're doing here today, we're breaking down a brand new body of water. I've only fished it one time, and that was yesterday, camping here for 3 days. And each time I hit the water, I'm going to talk to you guys, tell you what I'm doing, recap what worked. The goal each time I fish is to try to increase the total number of inches from the last outing. So far, the second outing, obviously did that. I caught, I think, 6 fish total. I didn't measure them all. I should have. I'm going to get better about that in the future parts. But yeah, so everything that was working in the last episode has applied here. They do not seem to want to be shallow. It's not something that seems to work very well. They're not really into finesse on docks, at least not yet. It's been all moving baits, chatterbait, square bill. And I fished almost half of the lake at this point. I fished both shorelines, pretty much down to the halfway point. For episode 3, I think I'm going to go back down to the shallow grass flat on the southern end, work my way back up the shoreline again. But yeah, if you guys really like this series, I'm going to put a link up here for part 3. So be on the lookout for that video. And guys, I really appreciate you taking time to watch this video. If you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and as always, let's get out there and catch more fish.